Yes. Yes, Raghu. You may start.
Yeah. Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. First of all, let me welcome all of you to meeting number 87 of Newstart Toastmasters Club. And let me read out the mission to you all. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. So the meeting ground rules are, first of all, anybody is on the dais or giving a speech or speaking, everybody should applaud and encourage them. And there are other ground rules are, you should not speak sex, politics, religion in this meeting, and you have to put off your or put into silent mode your dear mobile phones, and you know your fire exits in your location that you need to follow. And another thing is, I would like to, before starting this meeting, I just tell you a story. There was a lady, she was a sports person, and she was traveling from UP to Delhi in a train. And during such time, one of the robber tried to rob her, and she was resisted, and the robber threw her outside the train, and she fell on the track, and she got her one leg got amputated, another one also almost, and she was on the track for more than 6 to 7 hours. Courageous lady, she did not lost her conscience, and she was on the track for the early morning. And as you all know, people used to come in the morning near to the track and saw her and took her to the nearest hospital. They didn't have any facility, and somehow they gave her first aid thing, and then they tried to send it to her another hospital. And by the time news anchors, they declared her that she tried to suicide, and that news was got publicized everywhere. And she later in that hospital, they did the emergency operation, everything, and she lost her one leg, and another leg somehow they managed to correct it. And thereafter she lost hopes in her life, because she see, when leg is not there, then her vision and what the thought process, everything will be completely gone. Okay, what she did then, she took a decision, and she decided to go to climb Mount Everest. She got a tutor, and the tutor trained her for years, and then she started her journey. And during her journey to climbing the Everest, and in between, tutor told, you're not able to complete this, you can go back. But still she courageously and maintained her consciousness, and she climbed the Mount Everest. So she is today, I forgot her name because I forgot her name first of all. But what I am telling her, because her determination, she is able to climb Mount Everest, and today she is a TED speaker. And first of all, I will tell you, all of you, before, in your lifetime, you should also achieve something. Now, as a student, what you people have to do? By 25th of year's age, you have to have 3-4 qualifications. Thereby, you will attain a highest position in the companies. You can join the company as a management executive. You can be the CEO, CFO anytime. You can earn a good money, and you can lead a very wonderful life. You can lead a better life, development, everything you can have. But for that, determination is very much required. So recently, Nayana went to climb Mount Everest. She is with us. Unfortunately, she has not yet got in, and she is one of the inspiration to everybody. And I request each and everybody maintain your determination to achieve something. Thereby, you will be always successful, and you will lead a better life. Over to your DTM Anita Naidu.
Thank you so much, Raghu. I think that was quite an inspiring story, though most of us know it. It's always nice to be reminded of it. So before even I start, good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to all of you who are present here. Yes, we are going low on the strength because 3 of our very good members, no, 4 of our members are quite busy, and probably some of them will join us very soon, but nevertheless, today it is our 87th meeting, and in our 87th meeting, we have our 2 new members talking today, doing their second maiden speeches. And we don't have a theme as such, but as the flyer says, how motivated are you? There is a suffix to it, which means that how motivated are you to come to a Toastmasters meeting is what we are going to talk about as the meeting progresses. And a big thanks to our general evaluator, Naina here, whom I know, and I'm going to introduce when her role comes in. And yes, I have something to start up as a warm-up. So it's a startup game to warm ourselves. Though we are running a little late in the beginning, I think it's fair enough to try this out. So how many of you are ready to use your brains instead of using your muscular power today?
Okay.
Okay. So let me just start the game. We've done this before. Nevertheless, let's see how your memory is working. Okay. We are playing the unscramble. Anyone? Please unmute yourselves. Let's get it.
Facts.
Correct.
No.
Who said that? Okay. Okay, give the others chance.
Diagnose,
No. It's standing.
standing. Okay.
Standing.
Treat.
No. What's it? There's an I.
Iterate.
Iterate.
That's what there's an L. That's an L.
Rattle.
Yeah.
Rattle.
Ayush, you're not there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Unscramble. Entertain. This is an
Oh
animal.
my God.
This is an animal. An animal which is in the water.
Ratatilo.
No. This one, third one.
Tortoise.
No.
No. Unscramble it.
What other animal?
It's like a crocodile.
Alligator.
Alligator.
Yeah.
Alligator.
Here there are 2 words. Any of the word was okay.
Felt.
Right.
Okay. What's the other word?
Left.
Correct. What about this?
Allada.
Hello?
Handle.
With what you hold. Yeah.
Handle.
Who said
Handle.
it? Yeah, correct.
Handle.
Okay, this is quite clear.
Can't.
Can't.
This is an animal again.
Panda.
Panda.
Yeah. And this one?
Fire for feet.
Coffee.
For feet.
Coffee.
I is not there.
No, not for feet. No.
Something which you put in to become better.
Offer.
Something which you put in to become better.
Effort.
Effort.
This is a month.
January.
January.
This is something which is more.
Extra.
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 Camera.
Camera.
Yeah.
Camera.
This is not towel, please.
Towel.
No.
Follow.
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 Fellow.
Something else.
Fellow.
Yeah.
Fellow.
Yeah. Quickly. Okay. Okay. The trees, the smaller part of it, past tense. Tree, smaller part of
Plant.
past tense.
Planted.
Yeah.
Planted. Every.
Yeah.
Exit.
Exit.
Tire. Also.
Okay. I think that's enough. This probably you all can try. This is unscrambling the words to get them correct. What are those? You need to have the hello. Still at workplace, everyone?
Lesson.
No.
No.
It starts with S.
Singing.
Spelling.
No.
Spelling.
Spelling.
Yeah, this is what you do when you call on the phone. First
Hello.
word.
Hello.
Okay. This is not well
Clever.
Yeah.
Clever.
Okay. So sometime later we'll do the proverbs as well. But yeah, since we don't have our so-called prospective coming in, we'll move ahead and not do the regular president's speech today. So good evening, everyone. And we are going to now start off with the word master role and the grammarian role. We have, again, the word master being given by me. It's a very simple word. So I'll just quickly take you all through the word and probably you all can start using it. Just give me a second. Okay, why so silent? The word of the day is something which is, but it's something which every son or daughter try to be when the mother produces a plate of, good home food. So it is, where's it going? Fastidious. Actually, the way you pronounce is here, fastidious, fastidious. Okay. So this is something like where you're very particular, very fussy, and you have the noun forms, which is fastidiousness and fastidiously, not fastidiously, fastidiously. Okay, so let's quick. Yeah, the synonyms are demanding, trying to be very demanding, very attentive, very observant, very hard to please. And the antonyms are uncritical, people who are okay, relaxed, easygoing kinds.
Fastidious.
Yeah, it's fastidious, trying to be very, very observant, very particular. His mother has always been fastidious with his education. Parents are always fastidious with the diet of their children, whereas children are very fastidious with what their mothers provide on the plate. So, you could just use whatever you want. I'm quickly running you all through because we are running late. So anyone wants to quickly give one good try and then we'll move ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, my daughter is very fastidious when it comes to her tiffin, which she takes at school.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So that's a quick wrap on the word of the day. We move on to the project speeches now. And to begin with, we have the first project speech being delivered by Toastmaster Ahmed. He is pursuing his presentation mastery path, and this is his second speech. We have his evaluator, Toastmaster Raghuram, who's going to be evaluating.
No, not me.
Sorry. Toastmaster Prasad, who's going to be evaluating. Toastmaster Prasad, can we have the objectives of Toastmaster Ahmed's speech?
Good evening, everyone. My targets speaker, Toastmasters Sayed Ahmed is attempting his level 1 project 2, writing a speech with purpose. The purpose of the project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. and the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Ahmed, the impact, that's what, right? It's fasting, its impact on health and lifestyle. Fasting, its impact on health and lifestyle. Toastmaster Ahmed, over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Anita. Fellow Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to one and all. In today's age, we come across so many problems, so many diseases humans are facing. In today's age, heart diseases, cardiovascular diseases such as high blood pressure, increased blood sugar level, diabetes, chronic inflammatory disorders such as arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. In old people, we see dementia. We also see dementia and Alzheimer's. It is so common these days. Have you ever wondered, was this the situation 1 or 2 generations back? No, this was not the case. Now it is high time we ponder upon our diseases, upon our lifestyle. Research says 70% of these diseases are because of our food or because of our eating habits. Have you ever wondered why is this so prevalent? I have a solution for this. I would not say this is the only solution, but this could be one of the solutions which can minimize the risk of these diseases, as well as it can help us improve our health conditions. I'm sure everyone wants to lead a healthy life. Yes, I have this solution, and it is a very simple solution. It is just not eating for a certain period of time. It is fasting. We are aware that when we are eating, there are a lot of changes happening in our body. Let's understand what happens when we don't eat. But rather, before we understand when we don't eat, let us just highlight you what our body does when we eat. I'm sure when we eat delicious, nice meal, we feel sleepy, we feel dizzy, and we take a nice nap. But have you ever wondered what happens in our body inside when we eat? For a certain period of time after we eat, our body continuously metabolize our food, which provide energy to perform day-to-day functions. When we eat, our food is broken down into smaller particles, and hence it will produce kind of glucose that will help us provide energy to perform the function. This process continuously happens. The more glucose is produced, the more energy we get. But the way what we eat, how we eat, it keep continuously produce more and more glucose in our body. This will help, first of all, to give energy to our body, but the excess glucose is stored in form of fat in our body. Now, this process happens for at least 12 to 13 hours after our meal. Now, what is going to happen after 12 to 13 hours? For sure, when we consume all this glucose, there is no more glucose left in our body. And that is the reason when we don't eat for more than 12 to 13 hours, the longer we stay hungry, the better for us. When we don't eat for after 12 hours, our body will start to search for energy, but there is no glucose left over. So our body will start to burn the stored energy. As I told, the energy was stored in terms of fat. So our body will start to utilize the fat, and it will break down its fat molecules and give body ketones that helps to perform regular function. Basically, it provides energy to the cells and tissues to perform regular function. This is what happens when we don't eat for more than 12 hours. The longer we stay hungry, the more ketones are produced in our body. The more ketones produced in our body, it is better for body. Why? Because when we don't eat, or when we fast for 16 hours, 18 hours, our body undergoes a process. That process is called autophagy. This process helps to renew our cell material, to renew our tissues, damaged cells and tissues, and it will help to produce new cells and tissues. So it's quite amazing. When we eat, of course, we get energy. But when we frequently eat, it gives energy. At the same time, it will store a lot of fats. That is the reason you see nowadays obesity is so prevalent. Heart diseases are so prevalent. These are all linked to our food. At the same time, when we don't eat, our body to tend to use more and more fat. It will help reduce body fat. It will help to also reduce weight. Research shows regular fasting for over a period of time helped in improving heart health, controlled blood pressure, controlled diabetes. Anybody wants to stay or lose weight, go for fasting. Anybody wants to look younger, go for fasting. Well, this is what autophagy does. Now, my experience with fasting, I have been fasting since the age of 6. Of course, I was introduced to fasting because of my background, because of my culture. We are used to fast from the childhood, but I used to fast once or twice a month, 1 day or twice, 2 days a month. But now, after knowing the benefits and scientific advantages of fasting, I make sure I fast at least a month in the year. And also, I try to regularly fast from 16 to 18 hours, 3 to 4 times in a week, so that I can get all these advantages and benefits of fasting. Personally, I have reduced my weight. I used to weigh around 89 to 90 kilos. I reduced around 10 kgs in a period of 6 to 7 months. Now I continue my weight at around 78 to 80 kilos, despite of not fasting for couple of months, couple of days in a week. This is the reason when you continuously fast regularly for few days in a week, you will lose your body fat, you will improve your health condition. So anybody who wants to lead a healthy life, so much benefits of fasting can be achieved for those people who wants to lead a healthy life, who wants to have a good health. Over to you, Toastmaster. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. Just a second. Yeah. Now we move on to the next speaker for the evening, Toastmaster Ryan. And Toastmaster Ryan is being evaluated by Toastmaster Raghu. Toastmaster Raghu, can you read out his speech objectives?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. Yeah, Toastmaster Ryan is attempting level 1 project 2. And the purpose of this project is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Ryan.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Raghu. Good evening, everyone.
Ryan, 1 second. Let me just call you on the stage. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. Toastmaster Ryan. Sorry, I forgot the name of the title of your speech. Toastmaster Ryan, taking a step forward without looking back. Taking a step forward without looking back. Toastmaster Ryan, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, DTM Anita. Good evening, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about the topic taking a step forward without looking back. So, has everyone heard of the famous phrase, "Do not cry over spilled milk"? I'm sure everyone must have heard about it. It's a pretty common saying. The saying basically says you shouldn't cry about the past. And that's basically what I'm going to talk about today. Crying over spilled milk basically means looking back, but ignoring a step forward, which is not at all good by any means. In life, there are many hurdles. There are many ups and downs that we go through in our life. But if we keep looking back at the downfalls, at the hurdles we overcome in the past, then how are we ever going to progress ahead? It is very important to take those hurdles as learning curves and to develop and devise a new strategy to take a step ahead. I would like to narrate an example of a very famous businessman. Has everybody heard of the famous businessman called Grant Cardone? Grant Cardone is a businessman with a net worth of $600 million. He is at a very high place in his life and has reached the pinnacle of success. But does everybody know how he got there? So Grant Cardone was a drug addict, a person who lost his father and his older brother at a very young age. So due to the fact that he went through a lot of trauma in his life, he ended up getting into a bad company and he ended up becoming a drug addict. So being a drug addict is something that changes your life forever, plays a very big impact on your life, is what people said to him. And that is what happened at a very early stage of his life. He got robbed. His parents, his own mom where he was staying with, felt unsafe. And he was leading a life towards a path which was completely downhill. What happened next is shocking. When he got robbed, it struck his mind, and also the fact that he was getting shunned by society for being a drug addict, it struck his mind. People tell me that my life is ruined. This is who I am, and I will never amount to anything in life. But he decided to say no, and he said that I can change my life. It is then when he decided to start his own business, a capital investing business, as well as a publishing company. Is when he decided to change his life. Today, Grant Cardone is a drug-free, completely sober, and is one of the most successful businessmen in the world. He has his book called Increasing Life by 10x, which is a book which talks about how we shouldn't look back and how we should look towards the future with 10 times benefit in mind. So when you look towards the future, it is very important to not only plan the future without looking at the past, but also plan the future by keeping in mind that you want to increase your worth and your benefits and who you are by 10 times. There are so many instances in my life as well where I faced a lot of hurdles. I lost a lot of friends. And I felt that nothing is going to happen positive in my life. But it is through inspiring stories such as Grant Cardone, I look at life in a positive way, and I definitely go by my life on the saying, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason in your life, and it is those instances that teach you to become a better person. Maybe if those instances did not happen, maybe I wouldn't have learned from my mistakes, or I wouldn't have become a better person, or probably those instances which you felt should have happened, but it did not happen. Maybe it was just not meant to be. Now, moving forward in my life, and also I would suggest everyone, and this is from my own experience, that it is not worth it ruminating about the past and going on and on about how I could have changed the past and how I could have probably done something differently in the past. It is best to put that all aside, to forget the past, to devise strategies, move forward, and hopefully one day those strategies would lead to eventual success. So coming back to my initial phrase that I mentioned, do not cry over spilled milk. I think all of you have understood from in this speech, what I have meant to say. Thank you very much for listening. Over to you, DTM Anita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ryan. With that, we come to the end of the prepared project speeches segment. And we have our timer. I have not introduced him before. Our timer today is Gavalier Ayush. And Ayush has been timing since the beginning of this meeting. Ayush, can we have the timer's report for the project speeches, please?
Yes, Toastmaster Ahmed spoke for 7 minutes and 52 seconds. Toastmaster Ryan spoke for 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Thank you, Gavalier Ayush, which means that we will not be conducting the polls today as there's one-time disqualification. And so the winner is automatically the person who's won over the time as well. Toastmaster Ryan, which will go ahead now with the next segment. So the next segment is a very interesting segment, as you all know, where all of us can volunteer to do speeches. And this is a table topic segment. And to give us the table topics, today we have a lot of multitasking happening today. We have Toastmaster Gavalier Ayush taking over as the table topics master. His mother was supposed to be doing it, but she's busy. So it's all like a shuffle of work that's happening here, shuffle of roles. So what we will do is I will be doing the timing for this segment, and Ayush will take over as the table topics master. Over to you, Ayush.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anita. So good evening, everyone. I'll start with an introduction of myself. My name is Ayush, and I have been a part of Toastmasters for the last few years. I took a break because of 10th, but I'm thinking of coming back now, and it's great to start with you guys. I have 10 topics, and since we have less participants, I think all of you can try one. So is there anyone who would like to volunteer first? These are all very simple topics.
You handpick.
Okay, what about you?
That was pretty fast. Okay, can we have somebody time me, please?
I can time you.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Okay, so my question to you, Toastmaster Anita, is what's your favorite childhood memory, and why does it still resonate with you today? What is your favorite childhood memory, and why does it still resonate with you today, Toastmaster Anita? Over to you.
Thank you, Gavalier Ayush, for that topic. Not one childhood memory, but I would love to talk about a couple of them, because childhood is quite a long period of your life. So yeah, and I still feel like a child, so probably I can still go on up to the present. Yeah, there was a time when I was, I think, hardly 8 years old, when I thought, let me see how significant I am in my family. And during a nice get-together at home, it was a huge get-together at home. And people had come over for dinner at my grandmother's house. So we were also a part of it. And I thought, why don't I try to see if I'm going to go and hide myself somewhere will they be able to actually detect my absence? So that's when I'm telling a story. Please give a smile. So yeah, so I just quickly went in and hid myself in a shed. Good old days, there used to be shed in the backyards. So I went, it was a huge backyard. So I went and hid myself in the shed. And I waited there for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 60 minutes, and looked like nobody was bothered about my absence. And then when it was almost 2 hours and the mosquitoes were biting me in the night, that's when I got to know that people were slowly trying to understand there's one kid who is missing. So they were all out there, very close by to the shed, but not in getting in. And they were all like, where is Anita? Where is Anita? And that kind of gave me a final satisfaction that, oh, wow, this is getting good. And people are understanding that I'm not there. So this is like an identity crisis that I suffered in my childhood, looks like. And today I see that happening with not today, they are in teens, but I did see this happening with my girls as well when they went off, into rooms, into cupboards to know whether they are important in my life or not. So that's one childhood memory which I would like to say. And one which I'll quickly wrap up with this, being fussy, being fastidious over food. I hated bottle guard all my life. And today when my elder one says, I told you so many times not to cook this vegetable, which is so fat, it makes me fat. So I just can't stand the smell of this. And yet you cook it for me saying it's healthy. So it's like history repeating itself. I think, yeah, these are my beautiful childhood memories. Over to you, Gavelier Ayush.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anita. I had a lot of fun listening to you. So the next speech, I would like to call Toastmaster Ahmed.
Yes.
So my topic for you, Toastmaster Ahmed, is if you could have any superpower, what would it be and how would you use it? If you could have any superpower, what would it be and how would you use it, Toastmaster Ahmed? Over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Ayush. If I have superpower, what I would do? Well, if I have superpower, one thing I would do is, there are a lot of problems in life. One of the problem is the food. There are a lot of people who are less fortunate, who are not able to find 2 times meal. We must be seeing these people in our daily lives, in our back home. So food is a basic necessity. So when we are blessed with not 2 times, 3 times, but several times a day to have food, ever wondered why there are so many people who are not able to get one-time meal? Don't think about getting them 2 times meal. At least there are many people who are not able to get one-time meal. So if I get superpower, I would see the less fortunate ones. I would see the people from my community, my family, who are less fortunate, who are not able to get proper meal. I would first look at them. Then I would like to see those people who are my far relatives, to find out and to provide them food. Then once by one, if I solve this problem, I would find the other people from the community, from the society. And then once we try to find these people, we will try to solve one problem at a time. So when I have a superpower, I would provide basic necessities such as food to my people and to people across my society. Thank you very much, Ayush.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ahmed. Your speech really makes us think. The next speech, can I have Toastmaster Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah. So my topic for you, Toastmaster Ryan, is if you could spend a day with any celebrity, which celebrity would it be and why? If you could spend a day with any celebrity, which celebrity would it be and why? Over to you, Toastmaster Ryan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ayush. So if I have to spend a day with any celebrity, it would definitely be spending a day with one of my favorite musicians called Dua Lipa. So I've been a real big fan of her music, and definitely I would, since I'm a mid-music lover, I would like to spend a day with her to just understand the process of making music, and definitely, hopefully, make a song also probably with her. The song making has always been my passion and my and something that I've always loved doing. I love listening to music, making songs, as well as researching and finding out what all gets put into making a song. So definitely, I would like to spend a day by going to the studio, probably recording some music, going behind the scenes of production, seeing how audio is recorded, and basically try to understand what goes into making a song as a whole. The second thing I would obviously ask is for probably merchandise as well as an autograph, and hopefully maybe get on stage for a concert. That is definitely something on my bucket list. That's something I would definitely do if I got to spend a day with my favorite musician. And another thing I would like to do is to probably get a feature on one of her songs, as well as probably shout me out on any of her music as well as her social media. So that basically wraps up what I would do if I had a chance to spend a day with my favorite celebrity. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much to Toastmaster Ryan. I really hope your dreams come true. For the next speech, can I call Toastmaster Nana? Yeah, Toastmaster Nana. Yeah, Nana.
He speaks fast.
Hi, can you hear me?
Am I too quick?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So my topic for you, Toastmaster Nana, is if you could switch your life with anyone right now, who would it be? If you could switch your life with anyone right now, who would it be? Toastmaster Nana, over to you.
Thank you, Ayush, for that beautiful topic. If I need to switch my life with somebody else, to answer this question, I love my life, Ayush. I'm at that stage right now where my kids have grown up. They are like kind of taking care of themselves, have less of a responsibility. I just want to go to the mountain, come back, relax, attend Toastmaster meeting, go to office, come back, make some reels, post it on Instagram. I love my life. I don't want to switch it off with somebody else at this moment at least. So probably 2 years ago, or maybe 2 years in future, I never know. But as we speak, I find my life most beautiful, most happening, satisfying, happy, like the Zoom password. So to answer your question, I think I'll give it a pass by answering your question that I want to be myself. Over to you.
Thank you for your speech. I'm sure that's a great person to be. For the next speech, can I have Toastmaster Prasad?
Yes, please.
Okay, so my topic for you, Toastmaster Prasad, is what is the best prank that anyone has played on you, or what is the best prank that you have played on anyone else? Toastmaster Prasad, I'm sorry, I'm getting confused. What is the best prank that you have played on anyone else, or a prank that anyone has played on you? Toastmaster Prasad, over to you.
I think we have to explain
Good
what
evening,
is prank, Prasad, because it's a wrong question asked.
Good
Correct,
evening, everyone. Yeah, that's a good question. I do remember one prank which I had played on one of my close friend and a colleague. Yeah, actually, it was like it was in my last company where we just pranked him that this one of the colleague is in like is in the relation with the one of our friend, means colleague only, and he just believed it, and it was nearly for like 2 years he thought what we told him was like true. Like he always used to say the truth means whenever like since we all were colleague, even if my friend like if he spoke with that girl, then this friend whom we prank, he used to think, okay, like they are in a relationship. It took him nearly 2 years to understand that we had pranked him, and he came to know this only when we came here to Dubai, and he was like fully like surprised or shocked when he this understood that we had pranked him. So that is the only prank which I just remember now. Back to you, Toastmaster Gavalier, Ayush.
Thanks so much, Toastmaster Prasad. I'm happy that he knows at least now. For the last speech, can I call Toastmaster Raghuram?
Said my name, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, you are so fast, you know. Tell me,
Okay.
Aish. Yeah.
So my question to you is, what's the most outrageous adventure that you've been on? What is the most outrageous adventure that you've been on, Toastmaster Raghuram? Over to you.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. First of all, I never got into any outrageous adventures because I'm very scared person.
Marriage,
But-
marriage.
I'm about to come. Okay, I did a 2-dimension of outrageous thing in my life. One is I married, and that too when my wife was not ready to marry me. Then our father wanted her to marry me, and I took a bold decision to marry her. That is one thing. That is, I did not make it, outrageous. I make it a little humorous and little funny and differently I made. But another outrageous thing in my life is I have taken everybody's responsibility on my head, and I never run away from that. Anybody wants any help, I do. But at the same time, my father, before death, he asked me, he showed me, he could not speak, he is paralyzed. He told, I have 6 daughters, he said. I told, I will take care, don't worry, I said. But I not only took care of their education, but also I made them get married, and I made gold, everything I made. I did not wait for anybody. And anybody in my house, brothers or anybody, abuse also, I was just bearing, keep everybody united. So because my goal and purpose is determination just to complete the goal. So that thing I have done in my life. That is one of the great thing. And at the same time, I got outrageous thing, I will tell you. I was in this one, COVID. I called a few of my friends. I did not tell them that I am in COVID. I told them I'm looking for 2-3 boys. Some people send boys details, and I sent it to my relatives here and there, and they got married during that COVID time only. There are such things, whenever I do something which makes meaningful, that is what I have done. That is, I consider as my, though I am not able to sometime I'm not able to take it up, but outrageously I did that. All those things are there. That is one of the good thing, and I advise and address you people also do such good things which will definitely be meaningful in your life. Over to you, Ayush.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghu. So by this speech, we come to the end of the session, and I hope that you all had a few good laughs and learned something about speaking. So over to you, Toastmaster Raghu. I have the timings if you want.
Yeah, please, can you give us the timer's report?
Yeah. So Toastmaster Anita spoke for 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Toastmaster Ahmed spoke for 1 minute and 50 seconds. Toastmaster Ryan spoke for 1 minute and 55 seconds. Toastmaster Nana spoke for 1 minute and 45 seconds. Toastmaster Prasad spoke for 1 minute and 40 seconds. And Toastmaster Raghu spoke for 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Thank you so much. I just launched the polls. Yeah. Can we all give our Gavalier Ayush a big round of applause for conducting this segment so effectively? And yeah. It was fun. Thank you so much, Ayush. We move on now to the very important segment of the meeting, which is the evaluation segment. And DTM Naina, would you want to conduct the evaluation segment? We normally have the GE conducting it.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Yeah, so the grammarian report is what I'm doing, and evaluation report. Yeah. So we have here DTM Naina, who is currently serving as the president of Muhesna Toastmasters Club, which is also in our area 31. And she is also served the district as a past area director way back in 2015, 14. I think 15, I think, if I remember right.
No, it is not 15, it is 14.
14, yeah, just joined, and she was then the area director. And yeah, she is an excellent international and humorous speaker, a very good evaluator also. So sometime soon we're going to call her as an evaluator. DTM Naina, the stage is yours from here on.
Just a minute. Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Toastmaster Anita. Let's move on to the evaluation segment. And as everyone knows, we don't have guests here. Evaluation is giving feedback to the prepared speeches. And by giving effective evaluation, we also learn how to give positive feedbacks, constructive feedbacks to others. And this is one of my favorite segment. So let's start with the first speaker, Toastmaster Ahmed. His speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Prasad, I guess. Sorry,
Yes.
who?
Yes.
Prasad.
Yeah, Toastmaster Prasad. So Toastmaster Prasad, you have the timing 2, 2.5, and 3 for evaluation. Timer, please note. Over to you.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator DTM Naina. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and especially my target speaker, Toastmaster Syed Ahmed. Fasting and its impact on health and lifestyle. Fasting is one of the important and this is a relatable topic for this one everyone. So I was fastidious about your speech. I liked your speech. You started well with pointing out today's health related issues like the way various diseases that we have, arthritis, dementia, health related, and then you pointed out a question: was this diseases we had before uh, before decade or two? Then you pointed out how we can solve this, and then you brought in the fasting, and then you took us to the like how once we eat the food, how the food gets digested this over the time from we eat, and then what role this fasting will play in improving our health and improving our health. And then you brought in your personal experience about how fasting had helped you this one in maintaining your health. So this overall, like, it was a good speech where you met your purpose of um, uh, of mentioning why fasting is important. You had a very good voice. Just few suggestion. It's better if you can deliver the speech by standing, so at least we can even see your gestures. Like when we speak, we try to always convey a message. So it using your hand gestures are always good, and then your speech was like at the same pace. It's always better, like we can use some the vocal just varieties, like when you had asked the question, do you realize was this issue where there a decade or a, before there, you could have just lowered your voice, and then once you come to fasting, you could have just again just raise your voice. And overall, like it was a good speech, and if you can just work on this few there's some recommendation, that is using the this vocal varieties and having a good gestures, then it can take your speech to the next level. Back to you, general evaluator.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Prasad. Can I now move on to the second speaker, evaluator, Toastmaster Raghu, for Toastmaster Ryan's speech evaluation.
Yeah. Good evening, Toastmasters. First of all, let me congratulate my target speaker, Toastmaster Ryan, for having completed level 1, project 2, leadership development, writing a speech with purpose, with the title, taking a step forward without looking back. Toastmaster Ryan, you have presented a very well organized and very well written speech, and you have clearly focused the objective and very well delivered the speech. Your speech motivates each and everybody. When you spoke about your role model, Grant Cardone, his story, who lost family and who lost each and everything, and single penny he didn't have, and he bounced back is the story which not only motivated you, but also motivates everybody when we hear the story. It is a very encouraging story. Very nicely delivered the speech. And you have constructed the speech also very well. And overall, you have fulfilled the objective of the speech. And you, in your speech, you had, very good phrases, very good English language, good words and phrases. If I just recollect, ups and downs, progress ahead, leaving the curves, strategy to step ahead, and highly placed pinnacle of success, and trauma, some good words, trauma, and early stage of life, downhill, shun, and amount to anything in life. And he decided to have his own business, different, ways you put it, lost good times. And another thing, ruminating the past. All good things you have, in your speech. You have overall very well delivered speech. And if you look upon some of the improvements, one, what I can say, at the end of the speech, you should have delivered a takeaway message that you should have done. And when you started phrases, everything you are started with a phrase. That's also a good thing. And you should have brought a takeaway message and little vocal variety. Whenever you speak about the sad thing, you should have brought the vocal variety. And another thing I wanted to, because audience was very much interested to know how Grant Cardone bounced back. You said, yes, he started a capital company and this one publishing company. But capital company in the sense, it's straight away takes to shares, stocks. But that should not be this one. That people will lose everything. No, he should have brought his story. You should have understood how he bounced back, what he made, some strategy applied. That strategy, when you bring it here, people will be very happy and they will try it, because the stock market, this only brings excitement and you lose everything. You think that was something I lost, but immediately I will get back. You'll put everything, you do everything, you'll lose it. So that you should have brought. Otherwise, overall, it's a very good speech. If you if you bring in your speech the good phrases, good English language, and the takeaway message, and whatever this one, but that you are supposed to work on what I said, all those, if you put into your speech, it will be a very fantastic speech. Okay, over to you. Over to you, Naina. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raghu. Can I now move to the timer's report?
Yes. Toastmaster Prasad spoke for 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Toastmaster Raghu spoke for 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Thank you, timer Toastmaster Ayush. Can I now have the next segment report into reports? Grammarian, Toastmaster Anita.
Sure, DTM Naina. Only thing is there a time disqualification in the evaluation?
One is disqualified, me disqualified. Let Prasad take away.
This is for talking about your outrageous adventures. Okay. Yeah, we'll move on. Good evening, everyone. Today I am your word master and your grammarian. And as the word master, I've noticed that only Ahmed had used it, I think, as the word fastidious, and Raghu also, Toastmaster Raghu also has used it. So the rest are a little fastidious about using the word fastidious. So kindly please use it in your day-to-day life. And then we move on to the grammarian report. Just to begin with, yeah, I started with from the project segment, project speeches segment. So please bear with me. I'm not going to mention the names. I'm just correcting or mentioning the corrections. Our body metabolizes, not metabolize. There's a plural that needs to be added there. And let us highlight you. Let us highlight to you. Kind of glucose, instead of saying that just glucose would have done. Produce glucose, produces glucose, depending on the statement that you've used. Prevalent is a very nice word. And help to reduce weight, help in reducing weight, because there was a continuous, present continuous sentence that was being used. Then the beautiful proverb quote, which is don't cry over spilt milk. Then, which was nice. Take hurdles as learning curves. The pronunciation of businessman, like, I mean, you don't have to make it so evident, but then it should be businessmen, man. It was sounding like businessmen, which is the plural. Pinnacle is a very good word. And then when it came to early stage at his life, early stage of his life. And I love this line, which was like using the word amount, not as a noun, but as a verb. I will never amount to anything in life. A nice usage over there. And then we had this person who you were idolizing, as he said, the Grant Cardone is a drug-free what? Is a person, he's now a drug-free person. Something that was missing, the noun form there. And instead of saying he has his book, whatever title, he is the author of the book, so and so title. And then the word ruminating, which is always there, ruminating in our speech, in our Toastmasters meetings, just like the cow ruminating its, cud. So that's a nice word there again. Look at them, it should be look after them when you're trying to protect them or taking care of them. I love the word avid music lover, which we use for books and reading. We're using here also as, for music. Researching, doing a research would be a better word. Basically is not a word in English. Better when it's a word of usage, better to avoid it and use primarily, significantly. Outrageous is a nice word again there. It's like a superlative, anger, jubilance, whatever. Then we have anxiety. No, anxiety. That's enough. We don't have to be outrageous about the word anxiety. So that comes to the end of my grammarian report. Over to you, DTM Naina.
All right, let's give a round of applause for the grammarian report. Outrageous is the word of the day. Looks like outrageous grammarian report. All right, so we did not have an R counter. I think we did fairly well. Are we giving the report from Yodlee, or how does it work?
Yeah, I could just share, only for the speeches I could share it. But then, yeah, it's been sent to them. So if you all just want a quick wrap of it, I can, just a second. Yeah. If you look at the analytics over here, I hope it's visible to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had, this is Ryan's thing. No, this is Ahmed's. We had 2 ins, one, and then are being repeated, who is also being repeated quite a few times. Yeah, filler words over here. And then these were his top words. Your weak words, Ahmed, were 18. So I think you're using the, the filler word, so, just, kind of, yes, even I heard many a times happening there. So yeah, what could have gone better is, instead of fat, he says you could have used large. This is yours. And we have the other project speaker. His filler words were 3 R's and 3 Ums. Top keywords were these: past, future, grant. Yes, basically, so, very, probably, hopefully. So please get rid of all these things. And there were 4 repetitions: is, Grand Cordon twice. Everything happens for a reason. Again, everything happens, and. So yeah, and then you have in listening and delivery also. Probably you all can specifically go there and check it out for yourselves. Yeah. With that, I come to an end. Over to you, Nan.
Thank you, DTM Anita, once again for that detailed report. Don't we have grammarians report doing, usually doing the grammarians report? I'm sorry, I've not used this app.
For every speech, in fact, for the table topics also we can have, but ideally if they can do it themselves, it saves us a lot of time and they can share the report to us. So when I started the grammarian speech, I should have called Udly in. So it's all about putting the link over there and beckoning him or her, whoever it is, and it starts recording. So you stop the recording once you're done with your speech. So he just exits after that and the report is there. So yeah, we can do it for every speaker.
Okay, great. And when are we planning, like, what is the timing of the meeting?
7:30 to 9:30 or 9 o'clock.
9 or 9, I don't know, because we have a lot of time. So
Yeah. 9.
Do we need
10.
one more segment in between, or should I go for general evaluation directly? Raghu, you're muted.
Let us go for general evaluation because my fish is
Okay.
waiting for me.
Which fish is he waiting for the fry or waiting to go inside?
Go inside.
All right, great. Thank you so much, everybody. Yes, Syed is getting relaxed. The meeting is over.
Yeah.
So general evaluators report is general report is primarily to show the club how the meeting went and how it can have been a little bit better. So we started with Raghu's inspirational story, connecting it to my mountaineering days. I don't know, you talk about Himalaya or Everest, I just reached there. So thank you for that wonderful opening as a Sergeant at Arms and giving some heads up on how the proceedings is gonna go. Then we had the president with her game, which actually was very welcoming, and it kind of broke the ice between all the members. So it was great. So overall, we had a muscle power, brain power, everything working in the beginning of the meeting. So thank you so much for that wonderful opening. Then we had a word master of the day, Fussy TDS. Now, I was not aware of this word, so thank you so much for this word. And I think I know the word fussy, and probably it is derived from this word. However, I have a general feedback on this is kindly use or select a word, whoever is doing the word of the day. See that if the evaluators can use this word. If evaluators can positively use this word, then the success ratio of that word is high, because it will be very difficult for an evaluator to use this word for any speaker, and hence there was less usage. So that's a thumb rule. So if there is any positive or encouraging word, then the evaluators would use it. So next time, whoever is doing the word of the day, he can take this as a tip. Then we had a beautiful speakers who had to prepare their speech as per the requirement of the manual or the objectives, who have been evaluated by the evaluators already. So I'm not going to comment on that. But good job, Toastmaster Syed and Toastmaster Ryan. If this was your initial speeches, then welcome to Toastmasters, and please continue the journey. To give you an example, I'm a Toastmaster since 2011, which is more than 20 years, I think. 10 years, 12,
12
12
years.
years.
Wow.
12 years, yeah. And I'll tell you, every single day is a learning. Every single day is something new which you learn. So continue your journey. Even if you're not planning to continue as a Toastmaster, just attend a couple of meetings here and there. You never know, you may just take home some good value. Coming back to values, let me quickly move to the evaluation, because table topics, I have a different segment. Coming back to the evaluators, you have 3 minutes, 30 seconds to give value to your speaker. Put your right hand in your heart and tell me, have you used that 3 minutes, 30 seconds to give value to your speakers? Has Toastmaster Syed got value out of your evaluation? Yeah, a moment of silence. Please give that value to the speakers, because evaluation is the bread and butter of Toastmasters. And if we are not ready to give Toastmaster Syed and Ryan the portion of the Toastmasters which we are supposed to give, then we are actually not making justice to him. Yeah, Toastmaster Prasad, sorry for being very critical. You're not supposed to repeat what the speaker said for 1 complete minute till the green was on. You repeated, Syed, you started with this, then you gave us the energy, then you gave us this. This is what happens when we write down what the speaker said. Do not write down what the speaker said. Write down where did he say what and how it can be improved. Okay, I think there was one segment which you used vocal variety somewhere, okay, and you gave him the value that vocal variety you could have said in this way, in particular way where Syed said. And then the second value was you should have given your speech by standing. Yeah, so that was the 2 feedback, but complete 1 minute was a total waste. Okay, so when you're giving value to, right now what I'm doing is giving value to the evaluators. I hope you take it in that way. So do not repeat what the speaker. So coming back to how did you write the speech? How was his opening? So what did Syed did as an opening? What did he explain us in the body? What did he conclude it? That is how we write. Okay, how was his body? How was his vocal? How was his voice? Body, vocal, voice. I'm forgetting few steps. So how did you see the speaker and how did you hear the speaker? So that is how we categorize. I saw XYZ. I heard vocal variety. I heard pause. I heard the tone, all that I heard. I see the body, the gestures, whatever. Okay, the confidence, like that. So these are 5, 6 tips which the evaluator has to see and give feedback. Right? Coming back to Toastmaster Raghu, I liked his evaluation just because he reiterated the objective of the speech, which kind of we had forgotten. So he brought back the objectives. Your objectives was this, and you have met your objectives. Okay. He also gave away a very good feedback on closing to Toastmaster Ryan. And I saw that Toastmaster Ryan nodding his head, because there I think he found the value of evaluator. So that's what I write. But Raghu, 3 minutes, 50 seconds. You can see the timer on the screen. Huh? You wasted 40 seconds. 40 seconds you wasted repeating what were the good phrases which Ryan used. Why? That is included in grammarian's report. Evaluator need not say. You just say phrases were used. Excellent phrases were used. Very good. Bravo. Keep it up. Finish. Because the speaker and the audience already know what are the phrases are used. Okay, so don't waste time. Give value to the speakers. So even you should know how to conclude. Once the red is there, you should conclude. That's it. Now my red is there. So as a table topics, I wanted to give more time to evaluation, so I skipped the table topics. Overall, congratulations. Everyone attempted table topics, including me. I think we did a good job. Over to you, Toastmaster Anita.
Let's give DTM Naina a very big round of applause. Very rarely we come across some candid general evaluations happening, and I think that is the bread and butter. Basically, the entire evaluation segment is what we all need. And the day our budding superstars are going to become evaluators, that's when you'll see how effective it is in writing your speeches. And yes, standing up and doing a speech is very much a needed thing because that adds to your attitude. Otherwise, it's like a settled attitude when you slump in your chairs, right? So let's follow that ground golden rule. And thank you once again, Naina, for that. And with that, we come to the end of today's meeting, but not before the results are announced. 2 direct results, of course, you all know. Nevertheless, because time is also very important and they have adhered to it, we're going to give them a big round of applause. Just a second, yeah. So, Toastmaster Ryan, yeah, this is yours. Toastmaster Raghu, a slopping victory in table topics today, really. I mean, a whopping, not a slopping, sorry. And Prasad, yeah. Congratulations, everyone. Just a second. Yeah. So that brings us to the end of today's meeting. And not before we just give a one-liner on today's theme, which is how motivated are you to be a part of Toastmasters? Okay, quick wrap on that. We already heard Naina talk about it. Nevertheless, we'll still do a round robin. Okay, we'll start with the speakers or with Gavalier Ayush. So let's first and foremost, please unmute yourself and let us give this impromptu timer and table topics master a very big round of applause. Big thanks to you, Ayush. Ayush, yes, what kept you motivated in Toastmasters in Gavalier's club?
I think what kept me motivated was I think seeing progress happen. Like for the first time I did a speech to the last time I did a speech. When I think back now in hindsight, there's a lot of progress, and I think that kind of motivates me to start again. So I think progress motivates me.
Thank you so much. Yeah, Ahmed.
Well, what motivates me from my past attitude and behavior, you might have understood that I am a very lazy person. I procrastinate many things, and I should admit I still did not go into my the website and did so many things which you had advised. But despite of all this, I have seen after my first speech there was some improvement in me. It gave me some confidence, so I took it personally to take up this challenge and take up this speech for the next level. And this is why I want to continue with Toastmaster, and this is what motivates me to continue with Toastmaster. Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much, Ahmed. And yes, I know you are a classic procrastinator. And also, I think it's nice to know that you're confessing about it honestly, and get rid of those ahs and ums, and then that will make you a seamless speaker. Ryan, yes, Ryan. This man is Eid Ka Chand. Let's talk to him. Yes, Ryan.
Yeah, so what has kept me motivated to join Toastmasters is basically the objective of me wanting to improve on my speaking. And one more thing that I liked about Toastmasters is also the fact that while delivering a speech, there is a lot of encouragement from everyone in the meeting. Whether you do something wrong or correct, there is encouragement both sides. And also, yes, the feedback as well. So that is what I like.
So yeah, now I'm noting it down. It's on live. So you're going to be back here with a good speech again next meeting, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Prasad.
Yeah. What kept me motivated is the continuous learning here. and we get a lot of chances to experiment, and also the constructive feedback that we get. Plus, we get a platform where we can try whatever we want. Means, yeah. And that's what like this thing, continuous improvement, and main like this platform where we didn't like where the way means we do. No one will be there to like this one judge you, and with each of your performance, you see like you are a better version of yourself.
Absolutely.
And its impact like is that it has its a positive like the impact in your personal as well as professional life also. That's it.
Surely. Thank you so much, Prasad. Naina, would you want to go want to take a go at it? Go, where is she? Okay, Raghu, before the fish is devoured, what keeps you motivated? You are also quite a veteran now.
For me, see, I just continued in Toastmasters just to transform myself as a better person that I'm observing, I'm getting changed, but I have to change furthermore. That is not enough. And I have a goal for this year. That is, I have to be part of the contest zone. So thereby, that is what I'm planning to this year. Thereby, all the 4 categories I should be performing very well. That's what I'm thinking. How it will work, I don't know. But while I'm doing that, definitely I'll get transformed. That's why I'm looking forward.
Of course you can. I'm pretty sure about it. Rajlakshmi, are you still working, or you can say a few words and then we wrap up? She isn't there. Okay. Ayush, I think we'll call it a day. Your mom is busy, looks like, right?
Yeah, she actually came back, but she's in a call.
Yeah, she told me that. Okay, guys. So with that, we finally come to the end of today's meeting. And this is a new kitten that we found recently.
Oh.
We just adopted her. It's the second one. And you're muted.
Sure, show me again.
Want to see her? See him?
Wow, sweet.
Pebbles. His
Very
name is.
very nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, guys. Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, we come to the end of Newstart meeting number 87. And
Just before we conclude, I wanted to check this Udly. We can use it only during our speeches, or just to rehearse also we can use it?
You can use it for your rehearsal. It's really good.
Yeah, we can find out what are the mistakes we have done. We can also.
It will also tell you, because it's an AI thing, it's a bot, it tells you how you can rephrase your sentence. So you learn a new way of talking. A lot of people say, to upscale it to this level. So these are all regular words that we listen, but this will give you a new word, totally a new phrase, how to change it and all. So yeah, so I think that's an excellent one. Please use it. And with that, we come to the end of today's meeting.